Hello. This series of videos is looking at how easy and actually quite affordable it is to get to amusement and theme parks here in the UK on public transport or public transit if you're American. And this video is going to look at the UK's largest and most popular theme park at the moment, Alton Towers Resort in Staffordshire. It's quite out in the countryside. Getting there on public transport, unlike places like Drayton Manor, where you've got normal, regular, frequent public transport, here you need to normally get buses that are laid on just for the purposes of getting to and from the park. And that very much sets both the time that you can go there and also has an impact a bit on the cost. But Alton Towers, it's easy to get on public transport. I do it at least once a year. And this year I've done a different route that actually has worked out to be easier and cheaper than ever before. I'm going to talk about both options that I've used in the past. So to get to the home of Nemesis, Oblivion, the Smiler, and unfortunately no longer Thunderlooper or the Black Hole, you generally need to get to one of two railway stations. I mean, you can get to Stoke Station as well if you want. Normally, I'm going to start with the one on the right. So this is what I've done in previous years. And I've always got a train from Birmingham, which is where I'm based, to Uttoxeter. That normally, I mean, this year it was looking at costing about £44 for two single tickets because it was slightly cheaper than getting a return to Uttoxeter Station. I have to make at least one change. I think in the past I've sometimes made two changes on the way there. So it's a bit of a hassle of a train journey to get to Uttoxeter Station. But once you get to Uttoxeter, get off. You need to get the D&G X41 bus. There's a bus stop. You'll know it's the Alton Towers bus because there's a line of people there ready for it. It's by this. You can see from it Costa Coffee. I'll talk about Costa in a minute. 9:15 or 9:14 is when the bus leaves, and it goes to Alton Towers, and you need to pay £9 for the ticket, and it's a single ticket. It's not returned. It's £9 one way. You get off at Towers, and it takes you there just before park opens. So the speed I walk, so it drops you off right nearby to the Vekoma Corkscrew out there at the front of the park. It drops you off right by there. Normally it takes me, I'm normally not in the park before 10 and you have to go for security and everything else. Takes about half an hour on the bus. The return, you need to be at the same place +5 to get the bus back to Uttoxeter Station. So I said £9 again, it's a single one-way ticket, so £9 there. So it's quite expensive. You're talking what we're looking at, sort of 60 odd quid from Birmingham return. This year I did something different, and that is I took a longer journey, bus journey. So as I said, the Uttoxeter one takes about half an hour. The one from Stoke Station takes nearly an hour. So got a return two singles because it was cheaper than a return from Birmingham New Street to Stoke. That cost me £19.50 for two singles. And there were no changes, so got on New Street, got off at Stoke-on-Trent railway station, shortened to Stoke, but Stoke-on-Trent, get off. There's a bit of a faff because I was trying to work out which was the right bus stop to get on the bus that I needed to, which is the 32A, again D&G. It didn't help that when I looked at Google Maps, it was like telling me one stop and then people were telling me the other. But when the bus arrived and worked out which side it was very easy to jump between the two stops. So I got on the 32A bus. I was expecting it to be £9. It wasn't, it was £3, which blew me away. So it was cheaper by well over £20, the train ticket was, and then it was like £6 cheaper for the one-way ticket. It takes an hour, it takes longer to get from Stoke to Alton Towers, but you get there earlier, if that makes sense. So you get there at 9:30-ish, which means that you've got more time to get through security, get ready to be in the park, ready for when rides start at 10. So get in there, get over, get to Dark Forest, get on Rita. So actually it worked out better in that respect. And then the 32A bus, again, left outside the park, same place it dropped you off, at a later time, 10 minutes later. The 32A didn't, and it took another hour to get back to Stoke. I had to pay £3 again. So if it was me, I would say, although it's a longer journey, the hour, actually you haven't got to do the change on the train. So I think get to Stoke is probably the cheaper and easier option. The one thing it is worth pointing out, though, and this is really important with parks like Alton Towers, which are really big and busy, the bus leaves at 5:30 if you're going to New Toxteth, 5:30, 5:30 p.m., or 20 to 6 if you're going to Stoke. And once the bus has gone, the bus has gone. There's no later bus to get. And the reason why that can be an issue at Alton Towers is you need to be very careful about making sure that you join the queue for a ride. You've got enough time to get on the ride and get back to where you need to be. So you need to look at the queue times. You need to allow extra for its breaking down. You need to be really rigorous because Alton Towers is a big park. Luckily, the Sky Ride is coming back now. But for somebody like me who's a very slow walker with my feet, if I'm over at the back of the park, if I'm over by Oblivion, or if I'm over in the Dark Forest, actually, how long is that going to take me to walk to the front of the park? If I'm going to get, you need to be careful because you don't want to get caught out. Because then you need to get an Uber. And I've done that in the past, and it was more expensive than I was expecting it to be. But having done the Stoke journey this year, I think that is the one to do. But easy, reasonable. I mean, getting to and from Alton Towers for what we're looking at, £25.50. Actually, that was, I thought, cheap and limited in hassle.